Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Culture Cauldron. I am Maya, and I am here with the beautiful, incredible Kayla Lunden. How are you feeling today?
Oh my gosh, so good. It's gorgeous out. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. Well, you're here as one of our very special artists to celebrate International Women's Month. So,
Yes, ma'am.
first question I want to start is how does it feel, being a woman, singer, songwriter, poet, really interpolating in the space and getting to celebrate us and really celebrate all the incredible contributions we have on the daily?
Oh my gosh, it feels great. I love being a woman. I love being a woman in the industry. I think we just have like so much that is like innate in us that we bring to the table. I love working with like musicians and entertainers that respect the power that we bring to every performance. So yeah, it feels great. I love being here. This space is amazing.
I know. It is amazing just being around all of this greatness and just everything that was represented in the suffrage movement for women, of course.
Yeah.
But going to highlight you a bit, you are a native of Syracuse, New York.
Sure am.
Sure am. And, you've been singing here, you've been going around, but you just have such an incredible voice and such incredible presence when you sing. And everyone will see that in these next two performances that are uploaded. But how did you really get started? Like, when did you know you wanted to sing? How did you start singing? All of that intro. Go ahead and give it to us.
Well, thank you for saying that. I'm told I've been like singing before I could talk. Like I would like vocalize whatever when I was a baby. And my grandma was like, I had this like ridiculously low raspy voice when I was a baby. And my grandma was like, she's going to be a singer. And my mom was like, she's literally not going to be a singer. Like she sounds like a man. But yeah, so I've always sung. I've always, throughout high school and college. And now that I'm graduated, I sing around the area in Cuse. I just started doing weddings and things like that, which is super exciting. And so I'm like, I do write my own stuff and I don't ever release it. I could just like sing covers all day long for the rest of my days and like be blissfully happy. So yeah.
Well, another thing that you also do that you're sharing insight, you're a poet, which
Yeah.
you're our first poet on Culture Cauldron, so congrats.
Well, thanks.
I
That's
know,
fun.
big honor. And I'm named after a poet, so I take a lot of credit.
We
well, not
love
take
it.
credit, but give credit. Yeah.
No, take the credit. She would appreciate it.
Thanks. But what is it like really kind of doing a writing in terms of music, but also writing in terms of creative or in terms of words? Like, do you think there's definitely a process in between the two? Do you sort of have a similar process for each? I'd love to know kind of how your mind works in that way, if you don't mind sharing.
Yeah. It's interesting. Like for a while, I've written for a while and I've always sung, like I said. But the songwriting has never come naturally to me. And actually it wasn't until I find that like when I'm in my creative flow poetically, I like can't tap into my musicianship and like vice versa. So I remember one day the song that I performed today, actually Vega, that one started out as a poem. And I think that all my best songs, I actually start by just writing a poem and not like trying to fit it into anything musical. And if it really like gets fully realized, it finds its way to chords or whatever. But yeah, so I do think that there's definitely overlap. For me, sometimes it's really hard to like tap into that, like I said, which is why I like writing and I like doing music, but often it doesn't intersect for me. But when it does, it's fun. Yeah.
You get things like Vega.
Yeah, exactly.
And then another thing is, your voice is like your grandmother said, your voice is super powerful. And
Thanks.
face is not match voice, but I love it. And like, what type of inspirations do you have for writing, for, artists that inspire you, music you listen to that really sort of created your sound, or did it all just really come out of fruition naturally?
Well, yeah, I love answering this question. I definitely grew up. Well, poetically, I read a lot of Mary Oliver, a lot of Marie Howe, but musically, like the CDs that were like on rotation in our car were like Nora Jones, Marty Sexton, Carole King. Then as I grew up, I really grew into liking a lot of like soul, a lot of like Etta James, Nina Simone, Stevie Wonder, Janis Joplin was huge for me. And then I also listen to a lot of folk. So there's like this weird intersection, I think, that comes out in a lot of what I sing that like has a little bit of soul and has a lot of like folk and country undertones. And I would say that it like has to be because of what I listened to growing up. Yeah.
Well, I definitely think that's like a perfect like sum up of your sound and just of how you sing.
Thanks.
Like I couldn't co-sign even more. But last question, like if we can find you anywhere, you said you were doing weddings. I mean, hopefully we can see you and you're performing around the area. I know everybody's gonna want to come see you perform. That's in the area.
Yeah.
So any type of plug you want to give, anywhere we can find you, socials, we'd love to know so we can support you from now on.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'm on Instagram, Kayla Lunden Music. My name is, it sounds like the city, but it's spelled differently, Luden. And that's where I'll be posting about all my gigs and things like that. I don't have anything released right now, maybe someday. But yeah, until then, definitely all summer I'm going to be playing in Cuse and around the area. So that'll be fun.
Well, make sure to catch Kayla in the area. But thank you so much for joining us and joining us in this incredible foundation. And we can't wait to support you from now on. And yeah, we've just been
Thank you.
so happy to have you.
Oh,
Thank
it was
you.
so great to be here. Thanks, Maya.
Thank you. And we'll see you guys later. Bye.